Hello everyone, my name is Mohit Bhandari. I'm pursuing a BSc IT in the Lord Buddha Education Foundation. According to our assignment of personality development, we are taking interview of brand supervisor of Vivo Nepal, Dipesh Khanal. So let's welcome him. Hello sir. Hello, good morning. Good morning. You are welcome in this interview. So can you tell me something about yourself? I'm Dipesh Khanal. I'm currently the brand supervisor of Vivo Nepal, looking after all the branding related tasks across Nepal. Talking about myself, I started my journey like in Vivo, let's say, because I have been Vivo being my first job and initially starting my journey itself in China. So I was in China for my masters, and by the end of masters, I got this opportunity through campus placement to connect with Vivo. I presented myself there. I had some interviews, and from there I got to be in touch with Vivo. I got recruited there, and being a Nepali and having my interest to work for the South Asia region, I was sent to India. So in India, I was working. I started as a management training there in Vivo India. Under Vivo India, I was working with the brand team there, and I got to learn a lot of things there. And post that, I got into the South Asia. After my training, my actual plan was to look over the South Asia market, right? So, right after my management training period finished, I started working for South Asia, and there I had this position of assistant manager for looking after brand and digital marketing. So, you know, cut to having completed almost 3 years in India, then I decided to come back to Nepal. And coming to Nepal, also I got this opportunity to work for Vivo Nepal itself. And here I started my journey as a brand supervisor. That was in 2023. So coming to 2024, now I have already completed more than 1 year as brand supervisor in Vivo Nepal. Thank you. And let's talk about your childhood. Uh, how you are in your childhood? In childhood, I would say I was a little shy and a simple guy, shy and introvert sort of personality, I guess. I love making friends. I had a lot of friends, but then um, when it comes to the outspoken nature of mine was still not out yet when I was a child, let's say. And yeah, like a normal childhood with a little bit of introvertness, let's say. Let's talk about your education background. What inspired you to join the management faculty? Okay. So actually, management, like I had always been interested in business. So I was having seen my dad handle his business and people around him. So somewhere in the back of my mind, I wanted to get into business. So after I finished my SLC, I decided to join management. And since then, I got into BBA, Business Administration, and then at the end, I did my master's in Enterprise Management. So, being close to family business and knowing a little bit more about the business scenario and the environment, I was interested towards it. So, yeah. Your education is from China. So, what was the time period and how you get knowledge in that university? Sure. So, while I was doing my undergrads, BBA in Kusum, Karman University School of Management, during my last semester, I came across this opportunity to pursue my master's in China. So we received an email in our college email address saying about this opportunity, and then we decided to find ways and get to know more about this because till that time there were very few people who were going to China for management career. There were some people going for medicine, but very few in management. So I was new to it at least, and I got to know about it, and we started, discovering how is it done, what were the process. So eventually we through you know I through government scholarship we applied, CSC Government Scholarship. We applied, and while I was applying for CSC, I was also I came across this university and the courses that it was being offered in the Zhejiang University, the university where I actually did my masters. So so what I did is I directly applied to that university also. So I applied one through the China government scholarship part, and another I directly sent my documents to the university which I actually wanted to study in. So I got from both the places I got this opportunity to study in China, be it government scholarship or in Zhejiang University. But then I decided to go with Zhejiang University because it was one of the top, it was in top 50 or 60 at that time. It was one of the good colleges worldwide. So, and like the course that was in the, innovation and entrepreneurship and global leadership, it was, we were the first cohort of that course also. So I thought like, this would be a good opportunity and I would also be close to the environment, the business environment in China. So that's what led me to go to China. And in China, the course, being the first cohort, it was really good. The professors were half were from outside, like let's say from other abroad countries. Some were from Netherlands, some were from the US, and they were from the China itself. So they were like really good professors who taught business, family businesses, all these things. And it was overall like really good 2 years. I did from 2017 to 2019 there. So it was a good 2 years that I spent in China. Whatever behavior and the thing you have learned on China helping you in this right now. Yeah, like China has been a major part that has brought a change in my, let's say, personality or in myself. So after going to China, having coming out of the house and going to this new country where they speak English also, but then like where they're more comfortable with Chinese. So it was a totally new environment for me. So myself being in that environment, it has changed a lot. So I was among the all the Chinese people as well as since I was doing my masters in the international campus, there were more foreigner students as well. So there were people from like more than 30 to 32 countries, in that university. So people from all around the globe were coming there and to studying together in that place. So that helped me, understand people more, understand different cultures more. So that overall changed me, it shaped me the way I am today. So it was one of the most important aspect of my life where I got to learn, I got to explore, and I got to know many things. So that has positively changed me in many ways, be it the way I speak, be it the way I look around things and perceive things, everything. So that has really made an impact on me. So, what are you doing currently in Nepal as a supervisor of Vivo, Nepal? Okay, so here in Vivo Nepal, as a brand supervisor, I look after the online and offline promotions. When it's about online, offline, as well as the public relationship part. So when we talk about the online part, we are everything that's related to the online presence of Vivo Nepal. Offline is like all the retail brandings and outdoor brandings that we do, like the events, the sponsorships, and everything, and also the public relationships, like maintaining relationship with different media heads or different, media houses or online medias, newspapers, and all these things. So we maintain relationship with them. Try to promote Vivo from whatever sense, or whatever ways or means possible. So that is our main task here. The task of the branding department. So I'm leading that team. Let's say. How would you describe your leadership style? Like I do not have such strict leadership style. It's more like a lean way of leadership. So because thankfully the team I have are actually they listen to what is going on. They work on their own way. The team itself is really strong, so I don't have to go very deep down and like obviously I can just tell my team that okay, this is what we want to do, and then I get suggestions from my team, and then There we make some changes, and the execution part is completely on my team. Most of the part, let's say, my team help in executing it. But I, along with my team members, we make sure that before we go into execution, we see like is it feasible or not, like what all things have to be done. So once we are all sure about these things, then we have a certain set of process that we need to follow in our organization, or like even for me to track things or whatever is happening, I make sure that there is a certain process that we are following, and a sort of, let's say, mechanism where I get updated like what is happening. So yeah, overall I tell my team, and then we mm, have this study, we have this plan, the process, everything, and then we start working on it. And in the meanwhile, when the work is going on, the feedback is coming in, and if there is some changes that has to be done, we change it, and then eventually we get the things done. And yeah, overall that's how we do it. How you make your team members motivated to do work? So first of all, like treating your team members like your friends, or like there is no um, like there's no such harsh way of putting, like there's no not going harsh with the team, but taking it as a friend, like taking it as lightly as possible. At least we have to maintain, or we have to complete whatever is the task at hand, but um, like we have a really good relationship between the team members and I. There are some members who are even older to me, right? At least two of them are older to me, and the other two or three of them are younger to me. So there I have to maintain a balance, and having friendly and friendliness and all these things when we together do the tasks. It's easy, and it's the tasks are happening very smoothly. Do you have any recent problem that arises in your working in team? Yeah, like usually, like there will be some problems. Sometimes not everyone is always in their best ability. Sometimes some of them is lagging. Someone is really overhyped, like really motivated to do, and sometimes there are some people who are a bit less motivated. You need to, yeah, at least a push sometimes, and at least make them realize, okay, this thing is actually important that we have to do. So bringing them back to the track. So a lot of things has to be done time and again. And if there are some clashes or something, like some problems, then first thing is to understand why is it happening. Like if they are really not motivated, then just pushing them at that time does not make sense. So need to understand whatever is happening, whatever is causing that problem, and solve it. Try to solve it. Try to talk it out with the members, and then eventually the problem gets solved. What is your strength? Strength. When I talk about my strength, I think um, I I think I can talk well. Like interpersonal skills must be one of the strength that I have. Talking out or reaching out to people, understanding what they are going through and how to respond at certain times, right? And what has to be said, how to be said. I think I make myself aware to not to hurt other people or not to provoke them, right? So that is one of the things that I think I understand well, and with that I think I can connect well with people. You know, I'm not so directly going and reaching out to people. Like maybe I'm a bit hesitant at the first, but if I have to, and if I have to make someone feel comfortable, then I go talk to them, and you know maintain that relationship. So I would say interpersonal skills would be one of my uh, strength, let's say. Let's talk about your passion. Passion, this is one thing which I even myself I'm not sure about it, because passion is that that feeling, that way of doing, being associated with certain tasks. And I wouldn't say I'm very passionate about anything XYZ, but whatever I feel is important, whatever important thing is there, then I do that with full conviction. But when I say like, okay, this is my passion, then I don't know. There are many things that I love to do. Like I love taking pictures. I love traveling. I love, you know, being out in the nature. So there are many things that I love to do. But I wouldn't say that core thing is my passion. So whenever I have time, whenever I have this, ability to do it, then I do it. If not, then I wouldn't. So same thing lies for everything, even at work or personal life, everything. Does this passion help in your personality or in your career? So, like I said, passion means something that you are really, uh, how do you say, passionate, and you are really looking forward to it. You are doing it with full conviction, right? So, when I say that, whatever you do, be it your work or personal life, if you are doing it with full conviction, with full efforts and everything, then you are passionate about doing that task or that work. So yeah, like what I try to do is I try to do it, like give my 100% in whatever I'm doing. So I think that is what counts. Right? How you balance your personal life and this professional life? So, especially it's a bit difficult in Nepal to have a little bit more of your personal time because most of the time you have your, 10 to 6 sort of job. Like I have 10 to 6 routine at work, and rest of the time I wouldn't say just the rest of the time is my personal because um, if I say like if I'm giving almost 80% of my time in a week and like only have one day Saturday as my day or the morning and evening, then I would say I'm not like doing right to my personal time. That means I'm not having enough personal space for myself because if you just look at the working hours, 10 to 6, then majority of the time goes in the work. So I would say like, well, it may seem like I'm giving more importance to the work or professional life, but I don't think that's the case. I think we have to take both personal and professional life together, right? If there is something really important happening in your personal life, then you will have this ability to take some time out for yourself from your personal life and cater to whatever is important. So you cannot say I will, okay, this is my personal space and this is my professional space, and I will just do professional work at this time and just do personal work at this time. I don't think that happens because most of the time you're at work, and what if something important happens, or what if there is something important personal important task that needs to be done in your professional time also, right? So you have to cater to that. So it's about finding that balance, and so far having like whatever um, my family, myself, and my friends and all. I have been able to give time wherever it's necessary, and I have been giving time to work and maintaining my timelines and schedules. So I think I have been able to well balance it out so far. What are your future goals? Future goals. That's a good question. For future goals, is like I see myself, bettering at whatever I'm doing. Like whatever things I'm doing right now, I want to level up and do things better. So there are a lot of things that I can do, be it in work or in my personal life also. If the same things, whatever I'm doing, I can learn a little bit more, be it languages or some interpersonal skills. Like I just want to develop myself in future, better myself. Um, there are certain things like certain personal goals that I want to achieve, which I do not want to talk about. But professionally or work wise or skill wise, I want to develop myself, I say, and be better at whatever I'm doing right now. And that betterment, maybe, hopefully, I can make use in my personal life as well. What makes you to stay in this country? According to the current scenario, many of the youth are going abroad for a better future. So why you are here still, and what makes you to stay over here? So Actually, like yes, I was outside Nepal, so I was in China for 2 years. I was in India for almost 3 years, right? And I have been traveling around also. But by the end of my tenure in Vivo India, I decided to come back to Nepal because I think there is a lot of things that can be done here. In Nepal, there are problems, but also there are opportunities, and definitely I see myself solving some problems here in the country as well. And I have some personal goals also, and professionally also. I think there's a lot of things that can be done here. So considering that, I decided to come back to Nepal, and in future also, I'm sure there are many ways, many things that can be done here. So I'm hopeful about it. So that is what keeps me wanting to stay back in Nepal. How do you define success? Success means happiness. Like how happy are you with certain tasks, or how happy are you with yourself, right? That would eventually means you are successful at whatever you're doing. So if you are successful at being healthy, right? Maybe you go to the gym, you play sports. If you are happy and if you are, you know, doing all those activities happily, then you are successful in keeping yourself fit. If you are successful, let's say, in terms of work also, if you are, if you are in that happy state of mind at your work, and you are doing the tasks at hand, there might be ups and downs in work, but that's in there for, like, that's there in life. In everything you do, there is ups and downs. But at the end of the day, if you are, happy, and if you are, if it's not taking a toll on your mental space, or if you are, it's not, doing harm to you in any ways, then, and you are happy. If you are actually happy doing whatever you are doing, then that means you are successful. Uh, How can you define personality? Personality is, so it's personal to you. Personality, it's personal to everyone has, as they say, everyone has a different set of personality, a different set of traits. So personality is just how you carry yourself, how you are in front of others, how you are towards certain things, certain tasks, how you perceive to the the external environment. That's what is your personality, right? And I think, yeah. How can we improve our personality? And so personality development, so when you talk about personal development, you need to understand what is it that you are developing for, or what is it you feel is a problem. So let's say at work, professionally, if you feel like there needs to be some certain personality development, then that means you need to make yourself fit for that personal setting, right? Um, be it dressing up, like, appropriately, being, like, the way you talk, the way you greet others, the way you meet people, all these things, whatever you are interacting with the people, and the output, let's say the external stimuli, whatever is there, the way you are perceiving, or how the way you are treating them, or you are how to say, responding to them, that is what you need to improve, right? So when it comes to personal improvement, personality improvement in personal settings, then you need to be aware of whom am I meeting, what kind of people am I meeting, is it a formal setting or is it informal setting? So sorry. So considering all that, like, you need to be yourself well, make yourself ready for that kind of environment. Like, how important is discipline in personal and professional life? Very important. So discipline is one thing that that makes you, or even when you talk about your personality, the certain personality you are able to carry, or certain personality you are able to be yourself, is because you are following a strict disciplined way of lifestyle, or different way of things that you're doing, like be it the way you dress, the way you eat, the way you meet people. So all these things, if you are doing that in a disciplined way again and again, then that is what builds your personality, right? So it's very important that you are disciplined and you do the right thing in a disciplined way. This is the era of the technology, and so how what the youth can comes in this digital marketing field. So when you talk about digital marketing field, it's you are, I think you are referring to how to be seen in the internet or in the platform, right? So the basic thing in current digital era, I would say, is the content. People people go follow any page or any any channels for the content that they are providing, right? People are trying to get information and everything through digital medium. So to stay relevant in this digital world, I think you should focus on the content. What kind of content are you putting forward? What kind of content can you give? What is the value that people can get from such content? So that is what makes or breaks in this digital marketing era, be it for any brands or even personal, even if it's a personal channel or page, like what content are you making? It could be there can be different sort of values like be it information, news. If you are making someone laugh or if you are giving some new tips and tricks, there are different things that you can give digitally through your content. So it is for that people are there in the internet, and to stay relevant, everyone should focus on putting out good content, great content in the internet. And yeah, like for the industry, for everything to stay relevant, they just have to focus on this main thing. Uh, Thank you. And at the last, what you want to say to the upcoming generation and youth for getting motivated and is how to they can develop their personality. So for the youth, regarding some suggestions that I would like to give is always have this learning attitude. Try to get more information, more knowledge from wherever possible. There could be ample of sources where you can get information from. Stay updated, and once you know what is happening, then there's a lot of things that you can do around it. And about the personality is also one thing that people pay attention to, or that actually matters. So be true to yourself. Be what you are, because if you are authentic, then people will actually listen to you or follow you, or whatever you are saying is it has some weight if you are authentic. If you are just copying or if you are taking from someone else, then you lose that authenticity and people will eventually stop listening to you. So build your personality in such a way that you are authentic to yourself, and I think that is what matters. Thank you for your time and presence and availability. Thank you. Thank you.